Hello, grade 8s. This is the third lesson on linear relationships. I believe I called in the last video patterns too, but it's linear relations. And so this is the third lesson, linear relations, section 3 on chapter 9 of your textbook. So the first question says, evaluate each equation using the given value. Show your thinking. So here's an example. Y is equal to 5x plus 3 when x equals 4. Now this is a key word. I want you to remember substitution. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take away the x and I'm going to substitute it with 4. So the 4 goes here. And of course this means that in order to find y, you got to go 5 times 4, add 3. And of course 5, this means 5x. 5 times 4 is 20, add 3, so it's 23. 5 times 4, add 3 is 23, and that's our answer. Okay, this one here, negative 3 substituted there. 4 times negative 3, that's negative 12. And then you add 2, so that's negative 10. 4 times negative 3, add 2, that's negative 10. Next one is 11 substituted there. So that's 3 times 11 minus 6. That's 33 minus 6, so that's 27. Next one, we have x is 8, where it goes in place of x. So notice that x is negative x, so it's the negative of 8, negative 8 basically, and then you add 2 or add positive 2, that equals negative 6. Okay, this one here is negative 5. I'm going to substitute it where x is. Again, x is negative, so it's the negative of negative 5. The negative of negative 5, and then you add 10. Well, we know that if you take the negative of a negative, that's the same as having the positive of a positive. So these two negatives basically become two positives. So it basically becomes a positive 5 added to 10. So that works out to be a positive 15. And lastly, we have 3 substituted there. So that means negative 6 times 3, and then you subtract 2. Or in other words, negative 6 times 3, that's like adding a negative 2, right? So we have negative 18, add a negative 2. That works out to be negative 20. Okay? That's how you do that. Now, here's a question. I think we've done these before, so it's just in a table form. So complete the table of values where I'm telling you x is going to be negative 3, negative 2, negative 1, 0, 1, 2, 3. So we put those numbers. Here's the equation that's given. We put those numbers in this table where x is. So we have negative 3, negative 2, negative 1, 0, 1, 2, and I'm going to have to add a 3 column. There we go. So again, I substitute negative 3 in the place of x. So in this first one, I'm just going to do the first one here. It's 3 times negative 3, then you add 9, right? So 3 times negative 3 is negative 9, add 9 is 0. Okay, substituting negative 2 there. 3 times negative 2 is negative 6, add 9 is 3. Negative 1 times 3 is negative 3, add 9, 6. Okay, next one, I'll just complete it myself. Maybe you could complete it yourself if you pause the video. Next one will be 9, then 12, then 15, and 18. And you can see that it's going up by 3, right? And we always said that's why this is 3x. When it's going up by 3, that's why it's 3x, okay? Let's try another one here. So this one's going to be really quick. So negative 3, negative 2, negative 1, 0, 1, 2, 3. Going to add a column. Substituting negative 3 right in there. So it's negative 2 times negative 3, which is positive, right? And then we take away 3, which means you add negative 3, right? So negative 2 times negative 3, that's positive 6. Add negative 3, so that's 3. This one here, negative 2 times negative 2 is 4. Add negative 3 is 1. And then negative 2 times negative 1, that's 2. Add negative 3, so that's negative 1. That one is 0. We can maybe finish it off, do it yourself. So this one would be negative 3. Then this one would be negative 5. This one would be negative 7 and negative 9. We can see that we are going down by 2 each time. So we're taking away 2, taking away 2. That's why this here is negative 2x. Okay? You can maybe pause the video and try this one. I'm going to do it very quickly. -3, -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, 3. This means 8 take away x. So 8 take away -3. And we know that 8 take away -3 really means 8 add a +3, so that's 11. This is 8 take away -2, which means 8 add a +2. So 8 add a +2 is 10. This one would be 9. This one would be 8, 7, 6, and 5. Okay? So that's the first kind of skills, is substitution into an equation or into an equation using a table. Okay? Here, next question. This is a problem. Okay? So really simply, I'm not going to do it all, but Mitchell took his car to Canadian Tire for repairs. He discovered that the total cost of the repair C would be $40 an hour plus a $30 fee. Write an equation that describes the total cost. So the cost, C, is equal to $40 an hour, 40H, plus a $30 office fee, so plus another 30 bucks. There's our equation, right? Write a table of values for H. So H going to keep changing it. 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, 5, and 6. So we substitute 1 where the hours are. That means 40 times 1 add 30. So that's 40 times 1 is 40, add 30 is 70. 40 times 2 add 30 is 80, add 30, 110. And then this one would be 150 because it's 40 times 3, that's 120, add 30. And next one would be 190. Next one would be 5 times 40 is 230. And then last one is 6 is 270. Okay? Then I think the rest you can do. We're going to take this and you graph the equation. This we've done many times. And the last question is it reasonable to have points between the graph? Sure it is, because we can work in between these hours and we can also earn between these dollars. Anyways, that's kind of a little brief lesson. I hope that helps.